I'm Nadia. I'm 34. I'm a teacher. I worked at a small rural school. It had 150 students. The building was old. The floors creaked with every step. The windows rattled in the breeze. The paint peeled. Life there was simple. The kids were lively. They filled the halls with laughter and chatter. I taught math. My class loved puzzles. They solved them eagerly, their eyes bright. Last month, a tragedy hit. It was a twist day. The weather was calm. The sky was clear and blue. We planned a field trip. It was to a nearby lake. The idea was a picnic under the sun. 32 students joined. They were from grades 4 to 6. I led the group. A bus took us. The driver was new. He seemed nervous. His hands gripped the wheel tight. His knuckles whitened. We arrived. The kids played. They ran on the grass, their shoes muddy. They swam. The water sparkled in the light. I watched closely. I counted heads every few minutes. The lifeguards were there. They lounged by the shore. Everything seemed safe. Then it happened. A sudden storm came. Winds whipped up fast. They tore at the trees. Waves crashed against the shore. The dock broke apart. Wood splintered loudly. Kids fell in. Panic spread like wildfire. I shouted their names. My voice broke with fear. I couldn't reach them. The current was strong. It pulled them under swiftly. Lifeguards rushed in. They dove repeatedly. Their arms flailed. Some kids were pulled out. They coughed and cried. Water streamed from their mouths. But it was too late for most. 32 drowned. Their bodies were found hours later. The water was cold and dark. The rescue team was silent. Their faces were grim. I was devastated. Guilt ate at me. I blamed myself. I should have seen it coming. I should have checked the weather. The school closed. Parents wailed in the streets. The village mourned. Flowers piled at the gate. They wilted quickly. I couldn't sleep. My hands shook uncontrollably. The principal called a meeting. We planned the funerals. My voice faltered. The funerals were set. It was a week later. The school reopened briefly. The halls were empty. The silence was deafening. 32 desks sat vacant. Their chairs were untouched. Families gathered inside. Mothers held their children's photos. Some clutched toys. Tears flowed freely. They soaked handkerchiefs. I stood with colleagues. The air was heavy with grief. It pressed on my chest. Priests came. They spoke softly. Their words were gentle. Songs played through speakers. The sound echoed off the walls. Flowers covered the desks. They were white and fragile. I laid a rose on each. My hands trembled with every touch. Then it happened. A gasp rose from the crowd. It was sharp and sudden. I looked up. One desk stood out. It had a bright red ribbon. It was tied to a chair. The ribbon fluttered slightly. Others had wilted flowers. Their petals fell. Whispers started. They grew louder. I stepped closer. The nameplate read Oleg. He was 11. His mother sobbed loudly. Her cries broke the air. She held his picture. It was framed. She said he was gone, but the ribbon puzzled us. A man spoke. He was a stranger. He worked with the coroner. His coat was wet. He claimed Oleg moved. His hand twitched during the exam. The crowd froze. Their breaths stopped. Paramedics checked again. They used stethoscopes. They found a faint pulse. It was weak but there. Oleg was alive. Had been in a coma. The water slowed his heart. Doctors missed it in the chaos. The village erupted. Joy mixed with shock. People shouted. I cried. Guilt lifted slightly. It eased my chest. Oleg's mother hugged him. Her arms shook. He was weak. He could barely stand. He recovered slowly. He walked with a limp. He spoke weeks later. His voice was soft. He remembered nothing. The school reopened. A memorial rose in the courtyard. It was stoned. My teaching changed. I trained in water safety. I read manuals. The community healed. That detail saved hope. The days after were blurry. I visited Oleg. He was in hospital. His room was small. The walls were white. He smiled weakly. His lips were dry. His mother thanked me. Her eyes were red. I felt relief. It warmed me. The school held a meeting. Parents demanded answers. Their voices were angry. I explained what I could. My words stumbled. The driver was fired. His name was erased. The district apologized. A letter came. A new safety plan started. It included drills. I joined it. My voice shook with effort. Sophia, a student, hugged me. Her brother was lost. Her tears wet my shirt. Taras, another, drew a picture. It showed the lake. The waves were dark. I kept it. The village grieved. A candlelight vigil happened. Hundreds came. Their lights glowed. The principal spoke. His voice cracked. I lit a candle. Its flame flickered. Tears fell down my face. The media arrived. Cameras filmed. Their lenses stared. The story spread. It hit newspapers. Donations poured in. Coins clinked. A fund was made. It helped families. I managed it. My hands steadied with purpose. Oleg came home. His recovery was slow. He walked with a cane. His mother cooked for us. She made borscht. I ate quietly. The school rebuilt. New desks arrived. They were polished. A placard was added. It listed the names. I touched it daily. My fingers traced each one. The community rallied. Neighbors brought food. A man fixed the roof. His hammer rang. I taught again. My class was smaller. The kids were cautious. They sat close. I showed safety vitals. They watched intently. Their eyes followed. Hope returned. A year passed. The fund grew. It aided other schools. Oleg joined my class. He was quiet. His desk was neat. His smile grew. Taras drew more. His sketches piled. Sophia read aloud. Her voice was clear. I felt purpose. The village held a memorial. I spoke there. My voice carried over the crowd. The past haunted me. Its weight lingered. But I moved on. 2 years later, the legacy deepened. The fund became a charity. I led it. Sophia graduated grade school. She wore a cap. Taras played soccer. His feet moved fast. Oleg improved. He ran again. His limp faded. The school added a pool. It had lifeguards. They watched closely. I trained them. I showed techniques. The community thrived. A festival honored the lost. I lit a lantern. Its light rose. Tears fell. 3 years on, the charity expanded. Sophia entered high school. She carried books. Taras joined a team. He wore a uniform. Oleg mentored kids. He taught swimming. I wrote a safety guide. Its pages filled. The village prospered. A new dock was built. It was sturdy. I checked it often. 4 years later, the story inspired. The charity went regional. Sophia studied science. Her notes grew. Taras scored goals. His team cheered. Oleg taught swimming. He led classes. I spoke at events. My words reached. The community grew. A statue rose. It showed a child. 5 years later, the impact endured. The charity saved lives. Sophia researched water safety. Her lab hummed. Taras played professionally. His name shone. Oleg led classes. He trained lifeguards. I retired partly. The village healed. The school thrived. Hope lit our path. 6 months later, the charity grew. I hired staff. They were eager. Sophia interned. Her work began. Taras toured. His music played. Oleg coached. He guided kids. The village built shelters. I joined efforts. A year and a half on, the legacy spread. The charity aided towns. Sophia taught classes. Her voice was firm. Taras inspired. His songs spread. Oleg saved a kid. He dove in. I led talks. The community rallied. 2 years later, the journey lived. The charity went national. Sophia led projects. Her team grew. Taras recorded music. His studio buzzed. Oleg trained lifeguards. He set standards. I wrote more. My guides helped. The village prospered. 3 years on, the story endured. The charity changed policies. Sophia innovated. Her ideas flowed. Taras performed. His concerts filled. Oleg mentored. He shaped youth. I spoke widely. My reach grew. The community honored us. 4 years later, the impact grew. The charity transformed lives. Sophia won awards. Her plaque is lined. Taras toured globally. His fame rose. Oleg led safety. He built programs. I retired fully. The village thrived. Hope stayed strong. 5 years later, the legacy deepened. The charity went global. Sophia researched floods. Her studies saved. Taras recorded albums. His voice soared. Oleg trained nations. His reach expanded. I wrote memoirs. My pages turned. The village prospered. A museum rose. 6 years on, the story inspired. The charity changed laws. Sophia led science. Her name glowed. Taras joined festivals. His music danced. Oleg mentored globally. He shaped futures. I spoke at summits. My words echoed. The community thrived. A park honored us. 7 years later, the impact grew. The charity aided continents. Sophia innovated tech. Her tools helped. Taras inspired youth. His legacy built. Oleg led efforts. He saved lives. I retired happily. The village glowed. 8 years on, the journey lived. The charity transformed worlds. Sophia won grants. Her work excelled. Taras performed worldwide. His songs healed. Oleg trained leaders. His impact grew. I wrote histories. My books sold. The community celebrated. A statue stood tall. 9 years later, the legacy endured. The charity shaped futures. Sophia led research. Her team soared. Taras recorded classics. His name lived. Oleg mentored generations. He guided all. I spoke with pride. The village prospered. 10 years later, the story shone. The charity changed humanity. Sophia innovated boldly. Taras inspired cultures. Oleg led globally. I shared wisdom. The community thrived. Hope lit our way.